Let's be honest, breakups can be brutal. Whether you saw it coming or got blindsided by a "we need to talk" text, the pain is real. It doesn't matter if it was a 3-month whirlwind or a 10-year love story. Heartbreak hits like a freight train. As a psychologist who's walked many people through relationship endings and experienced my fair share too, let me break this down with you. Welcome back to Savvy Psychologist. I'm your host, Dr. Monica Johnson. Every week on this show, I'll help you face life's challenges with evidence-based approaches, a sympathetic ear, and zero judgment. Before we get into what to do following a breakup, let's discuss some of the main reasons why things end. Number one is a lack of emotional intimacy. You can be sharing a bed, but feel miles apart emotionally. When one or both people stop being emotionally available, a wall builds. It might start with fewer check-ins or skipped date nights, and it grows into feeling unseen and unknown. Emotional disengagement is one of the top predictors of divorce and breakup. According to Dr. John Gottman, when couples stop turning toward each other for connection, trust and intimacy erodes fast. Number two is poor communication and conflict resolution. It's not about whether you fight, it's about how you fight. Criticism, defensiveness, contempt, and stonewalling, the infamous 4 horsemen, poison even the strongest bonds. Gottman's studies showed that couples who consistently communicate with these patterns have a 90% chance of breaking up. I go in depth on these 4 communication assassins in episodes 408 and 409 of the podcast. I'll link them in the show notes if you want to go deeper. Number 3 is a mismatch in core values or life goals. You love each other, but you want wildly different things. Maybe you want kids and they don't. Maybe they want to travel and you want a home base. Over time, love isn't enough to bridge the gap. Shared values and life goals are critical for long-term compatibility and relationship satisfaction. Number 4 is infidelity or betrayal of trust. Whether it's emotional or physical, cheating shakes the foundation of safety. And while some couples heal, many don't. Infidelity creates a deep wound that's hard to patch up. It is one of the most cited reasons for breakups and divorce, often tied to unmet emotional needs and lack of commitment. Number 5 is unequal emotional labor. When one person is the therapist, planner, caretaker, and peacemaker, they eventually burn out. This imbalance shows up a lot in heterosexual relationships where women often carry the emotional load. Number 6 is growing apart. Sometimes the ending isn't dramatic. It's quiet. You change, they don't. Or maybe they change in a different way. Maybe you grew more self-aware, started therapy, found purpose, and they stayed the same. The self-expansion theory says we're happiness in relationships that help us grow. If your partner becomes a barrier to growth, disconnection follows. Now, because I'm a psychologist, I get a lot of exposure to what not to do following a breakup. So let me break that down for you. When the split has happened, you're in the eye of the storm. This is a fragile time. Your brain is craving comfort, clarity, and dopamine. Don't let it trick you into behaviors that slow your healing. Number 1 is don't beg, bargain, or chase. That compulsion to text, explain, or plead, that's grief talking. Chasing someone who's already left won't restore love. It just delays your own closure. I know, you're saying, but I need them to give me closure. Here are 2 things I'm going to say to you. No, you don't. And if they broke up with you, that's the closure. They closed the door on the relationship. Number 2, don't cyberstalk them. Social media makes it too easy to obsess. Seeing their stories, new follows, or smiling selfies sends you spiraling. Protect your peace. Mute, unfollow, or block if needed. This behavior is no different than driving by their house or finding out where they're going to be so you can happen to bump into them. These types of behaviors often prolong the pain. Number 3 is to don't rush into hookups for validation. No judgment on casual sex, but using it to fill an emotional hole usually backfires. You deserve more than a momentary distraction or a fake power boost. But if you're in your Dua Lipa origin story, do it in a safe and healthy manner. Number 4 is don't completely isolate. Grief makes you want to shut the entire world out. While alone time is necessary, total isolation can deepen sadness. Let your people love you back to life. Number 5 is don't romanticize the past. Your brain will play the highlight reel on loop, but remember why it ended. Keep a list of what hurt and what was missing to stay grounded in reality. Now let's shift into ways to help yourself through the breakup. Number 1 is to grieve the relationship like a death, because in many ways it is. You're mourning a person, a version of yourself, and the future that you imagined. Cry, journal, scream, feel it all. Number 2 is to create your own closure. You don't need their permission to move on. Write a letter that you don't send. Talk to a therapist. Reclaim your story. What did you learn? What parts of you need healing? Number 3 is to anchor your days with routine. Heartbreak unmoors you. Routines can steady you. Morning walks, evening journaling, a daily affirmation practice. Structure helps the brain and heart feel safe again. Number 4 is to lean on non-romantic love. Your friends, family, coworkers, or even that one cool aunt, these people matter. Let them pour into you. Laugh with them. Cry on their shoulder. Love comes in many forms, and romantic love isn't necessarily better than the rest. Number 5 is to rebuild your identity. Sometimes we mold ourselves to our partners. A breakup is your chance to ask, who am I without them? So take the class, cut your hair, or travel solo. Explore who you are after this relationship. Number 6 is to let therapy be a safe space. If you're ruminating, can't sleep, or feel stuck, a therapist can help. We hold space without judgment. We help you sort through the pain without rushing your process. Number 7 is to use affirmations that don't gaslight you. Don't force toxic positivity. Instead, try affirmations that acknowledge your pain and your power. Examples of this can be things like, I'm allowed to feel heartbroken and still be healing. I am grieving now, but joy will return. Or this relationship ending does not define my worth. Unless you married your high school sweetheart and never looked back, breaking up will likely be a part of your story. Sometimes endings are the most honest, loving thing you can do. Whether the relationship was toxic or tender, it served a purpose. It taught you something. Explore that lesson and utilize that knowledge to deepen your knowledge of yourself, your needs, and what you can improve upon in your next relationship. What's your favorite breakup song? Let me know. You can contact me via Instagram at KindMindPsych or via my email at psychologist@quickanddirtytips.com. The Savvy Psychologist is a Quick and Dirty Tips podcast. It's audio engineered by Steve Rickyberg. The director of podcasts is Holly Hutchings. Our podcast and advertising operations specialist is Morgan Christensen, and Nathaniel Hoops is our marketing contractor. Follow Savvy Psychologist on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. That's it for this episode of Savvy Psychologist. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next week.